12. A lot of talent here. On the mat, Bonaccorsi in the blue, Dean in the red, 86 kilograms. Black singlet, blue corner for Bonaccorsi.
Jim Spillman to the head table, please. Jim Spillman to the head table.
Adam.
Well, snap down. Bonaccorsi picks up a single leg while he's there. Trying to collect two. It looks like Dean's knee was down, so Bonaccorsi with the first score makes it 2-0. I don't remember offhand exactly how these two did when they wrestled each other. I know they had at least one or two bouts. I want to say Bonaccorsi won one, but I'm going to have to look that up. Regardless, none of that matters now. Those were folk-style matches, and no past results guarantee future results. Got to earn it every time on the mat. Bonaccorsi with the 2-point lead, under 2 minutes to go. Looks for a sweep single, gets a head inside single, switches to a double. Dean putting lots of pressure on. Bonaccorsi continuing to move forward. Chest wrap Dean, but now Bonaccorsi's got some leverage, and Dean's going to go down. He gives up 2. Good job bellying out by Dean. Was in danger of giving up 4. Bonaccorsi wraps up a lace. It's locked up pretty good, but Dean is hipping the right way. And they go out of bounds before Bonaccorsi could finish any of those turns. So 4-point lead. A lot of match to go. Dean very much has time to get back in this. Taking lots of ground is Dean. Bonaccorsi backing up towards the back. Snap down from Dean. That just brings him to the center of the net. Bonaccorsi goes in on a shot. Gabe Dean sprawls, now has a front headlock. Looking to score in short offense. Applying pressure, looking for a little twister. A little corkscrew action. Bonaccorsi fights back up to his feet, but he's folded in half now. Dean putting pressure on. Bonaccorsi's going to have to plant his feet and circle. Dean cutting off the angles of escape. 30 seconds to go in the period. And we get stalemate. Coach Mike Gray in the corner for Max Dean, telling him that he had an opportunity to get that step-out point. Max's brother Gabe Dean also in the corner. Both are head coaches. That would make no sense. Both are assistant coaches at Cornell. The head coach is still Rob Cole. And time runs out. Nino Bonaccorsi with a 4-point lead. He talks it over with his collegiate head coach, Keith Gavin. I think he's finishing up his second year at the helm of the Pitt Panthers. Doing a good job bringing that program back up to prominence. Very competitive squad. No easy outs in that lineup. All right, back to the action on mat 8 here in Akron. Second period, 4-point lead for Nino Bonaccorsi. Bonaccorsi thumb blocking, keeping Dean at bay. Not letting him get through his head and hands defense. It's a half shot from Bonaccorsi. Big snap down. Bonaccorsi picks up some legs. Dean looking for a chest wrap. Going to try to throw Bonaccorsi over one of his shoulders. And there, pizza back. Is that 4? Yes, it is. So Dean looking to counter, but got a little too reckless. And now with the leg lace, is Bonaccorsi can't get the final 2 points for the Tech, but big hole for Max Dean. I knew I was going to mess that up once. After I talked about the fact that Max's brother's in the corner, it was only a matter of time. My apologies. Max Dean is in a big hole. Bonaccorsi in on a shot again. Max Dean, not much to lose, and he gets it that time. So it's 4-1. So Max was either going to give up the 2 and lose the match or get the 4. He got the 4, which he needed. Bonaccorsi scores the reversal to get the 1. So lead down to 5. That was net 3 points for Dean. Similar position again. Dean looking to counter. Now Bonaccorsi coming out the back door. And Dean with a nifty 2-point turn. And he's going to hit it again. Somehow got a leg lace from up top. And 2-2 gives him the lead. Here comes Max Dean. Nino Bonaccorsi needs to get at least 1 out of this. Instead, we'll get a stalemate. Bonaccorsi squinting at the scoreboard. Sees he's down a point. He's had good attacks. Now he needs to finish one. Hasn't done that in a little while. Dean with the counter offense. Came storming back. 45 seconds to work. Bonaccorsi on his shot again. We're in the same scramble position. This is where Dean took him over for 2. If Bonaccorsi white paddled, and now Dean comes back over the top. Bonaccorsi lost it. So it should be 11-8. No, I had the score messed up. Bonaccorsi was still leading. Now Dean has the lead. I messed that all up. That last score is the one that put Dean ahead. He was down by 5, scored 2 laces. Was down by 1, scored a takedown out of a scramble, and now leads by 1. Bonaccorsi firing. Less than 10 to go. Dean sprawling, pressure on the head. Time's going to run out, and Dean grabs victory from the jaws of defeat. Massive comeback. That was a fun one. If only I could keep track of the score. Max Dean into the finals. Nino Bonaccorsi loses a heartbreaker.